So what are Americans supposed to do if they're not supposed to trust their leaders?
Personally, I buy gold. And we've been talking about gold since the Trends Journal's 2001. We pegged the bottom. We said it would start going up.
Tyrone, writing in from Missouri, he says, in the long run, don't you see inflation going through the roof in America and the dollar collapsing? What do you figure?
Well, we have different economic schools. We have the Austrian school, the school of rational expectations, monetary schools and so forth. In the US, we have a totally new school, and it's called the Zimbabwe School. And it's founded by one of the great leaders of this world, Mr. Robert Mugabe, that has managed to totally impoverish his own country. And that is the monetary policy the US is pursuing. If something goes wrong, print. If it doesn't get fixed, print more.
Okay.
If it then goes even worse, print more.
Okay, hold on here. You're not talking about 200% inflation, hyperinflation, are we?
Well, not yet, not yet. But I think eventually, if I look at government debt in the US and debt in general, I think the only way they will not default physically on their debt is to inflate.
Let me start with your picture of the world as you see it, particularly the US markets where you've been very vociferously against the policies followed by the Fed. You know, how bad is it looking?
Well, Namrata, it's nice to see you again. The U.S. is in serious trouble. The people in Washington do not have a clue what's going on. For 2 years this has been brewing, and for 2 years they've been making mistakes. So the U.S. is going to have its worst economic time probably since the 1930s.
So it doesn't get any better in, you know, the second half of 2009 or 2010, Jim. That's the consensus on the street. It's going to get worse, but everybody believes that there will be a recovery in 2010.
Namrata, if everybody believes it's going to be better in the second half of 2009, I promise you it's not going to be, and it probably is not going to be in 2010, especially if that's the consensus. All of these people who are in the consensus told us a year ago everything would be fine. They told us 6 months ago everything would be fine in the first part of 2009. The consensus has been totally dead wrong about this, Namrata, and they continue to be dead wrong.
Wall Street
but no,
experience.
This is not their job. They should not be making these decisions.
Agreed, but we're in it. We're in it. The spigot has been turned on. Do you know how difficult it is to turn this spigot
remember,
off
the
now?
reason that the free market works is because individual entrepreneurs make decisions to make a profit.
I
Not the government.
I am the
It doesn't work
biggest
anymore.
capitalist going, but we started this mess, and these are not the people to fix it. They started this mess.
But the government can never fix the mess.
And on that very note, but on Tracy's note about the fact that we should basically vote out everybody who's in office, I do think there is a slowly but actually accelerating and potentially huge uprising against the two-party fraternity / political system in this country. I see it on the blogs. I see it on my show. I'm hearing more and more people in disgust say they will never vote for a Republican or Democrat.
What we need is for the courts to put an end to it and rein in the government.
You know, I have a joke, Glenn. You know, these Chuck Norris facts that are circulating throughout the world.
I don't know.
One of the Chuck Norris, do you ever heard of them?
No. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I hear
Anyway,
your tears cure cancer. Too bad you don't cry.
No. Listen, Chuck, America's not a democracy. It's a Chuck-tatorship. Now, if that was true, I would go to Washington. I'd line up every member of Congress. And I have Ron Paul, who I believe is one of the more honest men in Washington. I say, Ron, point out the honest politicians and the dishonest politicians.
I don't know that.
And as we're walking down the line, he say he's honest. Now he's dishonest. I'd walk up to him and I say, you're fired. And if he didn't move immediately, I'd choke him unconscious and drag him over to the pile.
Okay, all right. Chuck Norris, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you.
We're writing the history of the future.
Okay. What is life like, under that scenario, what is life like in 2014 for America?
New York City looks like Mexico City. If you have money, or they think you're going to have money, you're going to be a target for a kidnapping. We're going to see major cities look like Calcutta. There's going to be the homeless, panhandlers, hookers,
Hold on just Prozac?
The Prozac, I'll take a couple.
Prozac America, you can have some. Okay.
It's going to be serious. It's going to be, we're going to see petty thieves, and we're going to see pickpockets.
Okay. But, Gerald, what happens to the people when you start taxing? Like
tax revolts.
Yeah, tax revolts.
We all heard it on CNBC yesterday.
But you're not talking about a tea party.
Oh, no. This is going to be
violent.
violent. People can't afford it anymore.
Okay.
Look, the cities are going to look like Dodge City. They're going to be uncontrollable. You're going to have gangs in control, motorcycle marauders. You're not going to have enough police or federales, just like Mexico, to control the situation.
Tim,
how much time we got?
Yesterday, for further consultations with his government, he returned to the Vienna. This is Bill Fletcher in Vienna.
Take two, Q Howard. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67.
Say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your...
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell, I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to the window.
Where are you going? I want to see if anybody's yelling.
Open it and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling.